But let's not put our goals, or let's not set our goals through the lens of worldly metrics. Okay.
Welcome to Impact and Fulfillment with Coach Mike D, where you'll gain practical wisdom and dynamic insight from amazing conversations to live your best life.
Yo, dig this. We're back with another episode of Impact and Fulfillment. Pray everybody's doing well and you're off to an amazing start to 2025. Man, doesn't it sound like we doggone living in the year of the Jetsons or something? 2025. Like, man, just to think about it. But anyway, as we move into the new year, one of the things I want everyone to be very mindful of is the understanding that goals and resolutions and change and new people and new relationships and all of that stuff, that's all cool, right? That's all cool. More stuff is cool. More opportunities, more money, etc., more status. That's cool, okay? But let's not put our goals, or let's not set our goals through the lens of worldly metrics, okay? And let me explain a minute. Worldly metrics. So a lot of people will have a goal of a physical accomplishment. I want to win a certain award, or I want to, get to a certain financial level, or I want to purchase a specific thing, right? I want to, get in this type of relationship. I want to lose this amount of weight. I want to put on this amount of muscle. I want to get off this amount or this number of medications, or whatever your goals are. That's fine. But those are worldly metrics. And one of the things that I'm coming to understand is that the blessing of the thing that we're seeking or that we're working to is not the actual thing that we're pursuing, but it's the gift or the fruit attached to that thing, right? So there's a scripture that says the blessing of the Lord hath no sorrow attached to it, right? And what's interesting about it, a lot of times we'll hear people say more money, more problems. And if I hear someone say more money, more problems, my first thought is, okay, what did they have to do to get that money? And what are they currently doing for the money to roll in? Because if you have more money and more problems associated with the more money, is that money really a blessing? And if it's not a blessing, is that really a goal you should shoot for? Think about it. Now, again, I know some people are like, yo, give me the money, give me them problems, I'll take it. But I think we need to start really rethinking our desires and our goals, and not having our goals purely defined through worldly metrics. Because again, more money, if more money is a blessing, if more money brings you joy and peace and, helps you to do certain things and accomplish certain things, and it helps to, regulate things within your family, then guess what? That more money is actually a blessing, and that is a goal to aspire to. But if more money does not do that, is that something that we should actually desire? It's an interesting perspective, right? And I think I mentioned this before. What I've been really diving into on a recent level, or recently, is, are the fruits of the Spirit, right? Joy, love, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, gentleness, faithfulness, and self-control. Those 9 fruits of the Spirit. And one of the things for me now is looking at anything that I desire and thinking through the lens of, will I receive, or will at least one of the fruits of the Spirit be attached to this goal that I have set? In full transparency, if not, that's probably not a goal that I have a desire to achieve. again, it's an interesting perspective. And so when we start looking at life through different lenses, and we start looking at life not just purely through a worldly lens, it allows us to see things differently, and it helps you to really start understanding what an actual blessing is. Now, again, things require work, things require effort, things require you to go through and do hard things and to challenge yourself and to be uncomfortable, or learning how to become comfortable in the midst of discomfort. That's all part of your journey. But as it pertains to the goals that you set, are you working towards something that on the back end will not lead to at least one of the fruits of the Spirit? Now, even if you're not a person of faith, right? It's not even about necessarily just that if you don't believe that, right? But you also want to think through the lens of, is this thing going to lead to more issues? And if it's going to lead to more issues, is that something that I really should desire to begin with? And this is not to say that there aren't going to be problems associated with things, but we have to really check what it is we're seeking, because, you know, it's kind of like a lot of times we find that a lot of the goals that we set end up being anticlimactic once we get there. And you hear it all the time. Somebody wins an award and they're on the podium and they're just like, well, dang, this really wasn't what all I thought it was supposed to be, right? Or somebody gets to a certain financial level and they're just like, well, dang, nothing's really changed about my life. Or they get that thing that they've always desired. They have fun for a little bit of time, but after a while, it's just like, this is just another car or another motorcycle or another house. There's nothing special about it. And so it can become anticlimactic if there's no meaning associated with it. And that's where we have to be very mindful as we move forward. So I thought this was a very timely message, especially in the beginning of the year with the resolutions and the new year and all that kind of stuff, for us to be very thoughtful on. And I hope this has been beneficial. And so as we move forward, let's be thoughtful on the goals that we set, but not necessarily through a worldly lens, not necessarily looking just at the goal, but what is the result, or what are the fruits of that goal that we're setting. And do those things really result in something that brings us peace and growth, or are we inviting more problems? And I'm gonna be honest with you, in this year, I ain't inviting no more problems. We knocking problems out the window. You dig? Well, all right, y'all. Well, as always, grab a copy of my book, The 33 Laws of Impact and Fulfillment. And until next time, y'all be blessed, well, and wise. And I'll holler at you. Peace.
I really hope you enjoyed today's episode. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and follow Coach Mike D everywhere on social media. Y'all be blessed, well, and wise.